Welcome back to your channel, Ready to Learn. And what we are learning now, we are learning about our adolescents, we are learning about relating with our children from childhood now to adolescent age. In my past episode, I spoke about relating with our girls, the female. We see some things that are peculiar to girls in that episode. If you have not watched it, please scroll down and watch that video. Share with others as well. Today, we are going to be looking at how to relate with our boys. The boys, the childhood is there, no problems except that they climb or they climb tables, that's the active ones. And they tend to help you check why your radio is talking that way. Before you know it, they've dismantled it and things like that. That one is expected. So now they are growing, they are now teenagers. How do we relate with them? Before I go into the teaching, I want us to read that same passage that we read in the last episode, which is like the anchor, what we are expecting from our children, how we want them to be. And that is the backbone of bringing this topic up. Psalm 144 and verse 12. I'll read it again. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones polished after the similitude of the palace. So our sons, our daughters, they are supposed to be an epitome of beauty, of intelligence, even among their peers. So that's why I'm going through this series, relationship with our children. So let's look at how to relate with our boys, understanding the teenage boy or the boys in their adolescent age. They fall into the same group. There's a common thing that happens to them. This is the time that they are confused about many things in life, but there are some things that are peculiar to them, and we need to understand it, and we need to know how to relate with these differences so that it will help us to grow better with our sons. For our boys, number one thing we should have at the back of our mind is they want our ears, listening ears. Boys don't talk too much. So when they want to talk to us, they want to explain things to us, don't just cut them in the middle. Allow the words to come out of them. Allow them to express themselves. Because if, like a girl now, women, we talk a lot of times, but for the boys, for them to sum up the courage and they want to discuss something with you, they must have thought it over and over again. So when they start, don't just jump into the conclusion or jump into giving them what you think they should do. Let them express themselves. Let the words come out. And when that is done, then you will be able to, advise them or chip in your own, what you think or what to make out of what they have said so far. So let them get out the words from their mouth. Then number two, understand also that the puberty, that stage of puberty affects them as well. As it affects the girls, it's affecting the boys. It affects their emotions. It affects their moods as well. So don't think it's only the girls. Even the boys, they have this swing once in a while, depending on what is going on around them. So we must understand this with them. Sometimes for some boys, it makes them sleep more. At the adolescent age, they tend to sleep more than when they were younger, or when they were younger. They sleep more. So maybe your son, you expect him to be, and also don't forget, individuals differ. So if you have those that they just channel their emotions and whatever to sleeping more, you understand that okay, they are just trying to cope with what is going on in their life, and they divert that into sleeping. So they tend to sleep more, they tend to want to be at their corner without being disturbed. That's when they are going through some of their emotional crisis. So you need to understand this for them. Then also, they love to explore, exploration. They just want to explore things, why it's like that or why it shouldn't be like that. So we need to understand this for the boys. They love to explore. And when they are exploring, they may just decide not to talk to anyone until they figure out what they are trying to, wherever they are trying to figure out. And don't forget that your boy that is growing is going to be a man, is on the way to become a man. And that's one of the traits that we see in men. They tend to be quiet when they are looking for solutions. They don't just talk here and there. It starts from their adolescent age. That we need to know for the boys. So that's why you see most of the time your boys, when they are trying to figure out things, they are just quiet, unlike the girls that keep talking here and there, up and down in the house, figuring out things. So let's understand this for boys, and don't let us disturb them when you see that they are exhibiting this man that is within. One other thing that is interesting about the boys is that sometimes their ego pop up. Every man has this inbuilt ego, but sometimes you see them when they are young, when they are still under your roof, when they are still at that age, it just pop up. It could pop up in forms of, they can just be aggressive. They can just come out and they are just irritated. And they're like, I can't take it. Especially maybe they want to take it out on their sister or on their mom. They can just bang the door and it's like, nobody's respecting me in this house. Just be calm. I know that yes, the man in that guy is trying to come out. The only thing you need to do as a parent is to just guide him on how to, control his emotions when things happen as a man. So you could see that popping up from time to time. You could see that they want to show that I'm a man. You cook and they're like, I'm not eating that food. They're like, do you have especially when you have girls and boys cook together, and maybe it's the girl that is doing the cooking and the boy is like, I'm not eating that, and the girl is like, who is your maid in this house? You see that that's the man in the guy that is trying to couple. So please understand and flow along with them. All we need to do at this time is to guide them on how to handle some of these things that they might be experiencing in their lives. So that is very, very important. They may show a little irritability, aggressiveness. They might just want to do things on their own. Understand that it's the phase that they are. That is why it's like that. Another point we need to notice, when you are communicating with them, reassure them that you love them. Daddies, reassure your sons that you love them. Teach them to be men. Now, let's try to separate what the culture says and what actually should go on as relates to our boys. Now, our tradition, our culture teaches us that as a man, you can't cry. Don't show your emotions. I don't think this is right, because sometimes men, and it starts from their adolescent age, they are really dying inside. They cannot express their emotions. They want to cry. They feel that, oh, somebody is going to be making jest of me. Why should a man be crying? No. Let them know that emotions, they should allow their emotions if they need to. Your son wants to cry, don't say, oh, no. Bottle it up. No. Let them flow. Let them flow, because it will help them. Psychologically, it will help them. And afterwards, get to know what the problem is. It's when you see a woman or a girl crying, it's not. But when you see a man crying, you want to make a big deal out of it. But honestly, at that age, let them learn that they can be emotional. It's a good part of them. It's a good part of them. So don't make them bottle up a lot of things in their life, and at the end of the day, when they become an adult, it's difficult for them, or it can even be killing them inside, and nobody will know. So right from when they are under our roof and we are trying to help them to grow, let's know that for boys, you can also express your emotions. If you are hurt deeply, you want to cry, you can cry. After that, you are settled, then we look and figure out the way that we can go about that. Now, for your sons or your growing up adolescent in the house, make sure that you don't humiliate them. Don't make them a subject of ridicule. And what do I mean? I remember the time I was taking a class and I was talking about parenting. I was talking about sometimes we parents, we embarrass our sons. And I use this example, which many people might not even know that it's very important. Now, you want to dress up your son. Children grow fast. Thank God for their lives. They grow in stature, they grow, and you see that if you have a boy that is going to be very tall, you buy trousers in the space of 6 months. By the time he's wearing it, the thing has jumped up again. Now, don't make your boys to wear clothes that are, not their size. You go and let them wear trousers that are jump, or shirts that is already, they have grown. Don't say, you have to just wear it like that. You see, they also have sense of shame. When they wear things like that and they go out and their friends are laughing at them, it hurts them. It's like hurting their ego, because this boy wants to flex. Yes, he's a man, he wants to flex. A small man. So when they now see him, he's wearing, maybe, or you think that because of the way you are going, you now go and buy oversized shoe, or you now buy oversized shirt, and when he wears it, he looks like a clown in the circus. No, please, this is embarrassment. Even if the trouser has jumped, just cut it and make it a knicker. Let it be good. I know perhaps your financial status may not be able to get them as expensive, but you can get to your own level and pick something nice for them. Pick something good for them. It's part of building their self-esteem. This is important, not just for boys and also for girls also. Don't embarrass them. Don't humiliate them. And in public, please, as much as you can, control your emotions in shouting at them, correcting them. I must admit I had this weakness before. I can just be taken over by my emotion anyway and just shout. My children is like, "Mommy, you're shouting." I say, "I'm shouting." But you see, I had to learn it, and I had to talk to myself that, hey, just keep it calm. So please, perhaps you are in this kind of, you have this kind of strength or weakness. Let me use proper word. It's a weakness. Try to control yourself, because when you do this, you are embarrassing them. You are humiliating them. And this is not good. If you are doing this often, they will just drift away from you, and you will not be able to get them again. So don't do that to your boys, even to your girls. Don't do it. Don't make them become a laughing stock among their friends, and they will be referring to them. Boys now, they want girls to pay special attention to them, or they are trying to, all these things there. It's the face of life. So let them look good. You find you cute boy, let them just look good. That's just it. Let your boys look so good. Another thing is always, every time, find out where they are. Like I said, boys, they love to explore. Sometimes maybe they are freshers in the college and they want to, go out like other friends. Constantly check on your boys. I remember the story that one of the sons that we have, that God gave us in our home, he lived with us as from his teenage, and he was in the university. He said, this we never even know. In fact, until I heard him saying it, I never knew something like that happened. He said that there was a time that he went out with his friends and they went for a party, boys. He was still a teenager and he just went out like that. So they were at this party, and according to him, things were turning to be something that he wouldn't want to be. I mean, he wouldn't love to be in such a setting. He said what saved him that night was that daddy called him. His phone rang and it was daddy that called him. And daddy asked him, "Where are you?" He quickly ran out of that party, and that was the saving grace, because immediately the phone rang, he had, a good excuse to come out of the party. And immediately he got out, said, "You, this boy, where are you?" I said, "Sir, I am," he can't say expressly where he was. And that was when he knew that no, he just need to leave this place. And that was how he left that place. That night would have been the night perhaps that he would have missed it totally in life. And he wouldn't have been where he is today. So from time to time, check on your boys. Call them, find out. In fact, my children, they know. Immediately I call, the first question I will ask is, "Where are you? What are you doing?" Even if I'm not expecting answer, because it's now like a ritual. It's like a routine. "Where are you? What are you doing?" In fact, when I know where they are and what they are doing, they'll be like, "Mommy, but I am." I say, "No, just confirm your location." It's good. It makes them feel that there's somebody that actually cares. You are not policing them. Let them know the difference between you checking on them and policing them. If they tell you they are so place, don't say you are lying. These are I'm hearing. No. Believe them for what they have said. If you see that maybe something is wrong, let there be a time to call them and talk to them about that. Don't forget your role as a parent. You are an important building block for what they become as an adult. So check on your sons wherever they are and get feedback. Another point that we need to know in relating with our boys, daddy-boys relationship, this especially, teach them on how to be responsible. This you cannot teach just by mouth. You have to teach them by example. How to be responsible, how to earn money, how to manage resources, how to keep money, how to save money, how to treat ladies, how to treat their sisters, their mom. Responsibility as a man from their teenage. Let them begin to see you do it and let them begin to practice it. It's not too much when they come back from holidays. Let them have a holiday job. Let them save money. Let them use that money to buy something for themselves or to use it, as they feel it's okay for them. This is important and this is good. It's a good thing that we should let them know. And when we do this, it makes them to get closer to us, because now you have a common ground. You see, one other thing that boy loves is they want people to have a common ground with them. That's why they flow well with somebody that loves sports like them, the kind of sport that they love. So as parents, as mentor or as guardian, let's create this common ground whereby we have a place to discuss. It fosters good and healthy communication between us and our sons. Even if it's our daughters, of course, it helps. So make sure that you teach your sons responsibility even from their early age in life. So teach them about money, teach them about making goals, achieving their goals. That is very important. One other important point is there should be a father-son outing. Now, I'm being selective in father-son because the daughters, the mothers have the role to raise them to be responsible women. And also for the sons, the father have this role to raise them as responsible sons. Go out with them. They are always with their mom, right from childhood. We play together, they are close to us. Sons and mommies are always close. But daddy must intentionally make their sons get close to them. Go to the mall together. Ride in the same car. Go out for a ride. And as you are going, tell stories. Let him talk. Let him ask questions. You know, let him see that, yes, you are now becoming a man. And these are the ways to do things. Do it consciously. Don't just let it be accidental. No, do it consciously. Plan out things together. When you do this, I tell you they'll be happy and they will be closer to you. Now, how do we handle them as mommies now? Specifically, like I said, they are closer to us. Boys and mommies are close. We are like the confidant. We are the first caregiver. Anything they want right from babies, they come to us. But we need to help them also to grow. Now, how do we do that? We need to help them to have the picture of an ideal woman. Be an ideal mother. Be an ideal mother, because from the research and from things that I've studied, they said that sometimes men tend to marry a wife that have similar traits with their moms. In fact, some even go as much as marrying a woman that when you see they say, this one looks like your mother. That's why they will come up with, both of you look like siblings. Because a boy will want to go with a girl that is similar to the mom on the positive side. Meanwhile, if we are not going to be a good role model for them, the opposite is the case. You just go and marry somebody that is opposite of you, and that is not so good, because mother-daughter-in-law problems is inevitable. So you have to have that at the back of your mind. Be a good model as a woman. Give them that picture. One thing also that mom should do consciously is don't let them be tied to your apron. No. Consciously let them know that though I love you, you bond with me, but be independent of me. You know, that closeness is good. That love is good. But don't see it as it is a right. I don't know how to explain this, but I think you that you are listening to me, you will have an understanding of what I'm trying to say. Because this is one of the things that fosters, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law clash. When the boy is too attached to the mom, there will be problem by the time he's getting married. So, as a mother, consciously teach your son to be independent. Give that allowance. Give that boundary. Don't let him feel that you are the best for him. Anything he wants to do, you are the one that can tell him, or you are the one that can choose the best for him. Let him choose for himself. Let him know what is good for himself. Let him be independent, so that by the time he becomes a man and is married, his wife will not be struggling with you. His wife will be marrying a complete man. I just love my mother-in-law. She's there in glory with the Lord Jesus Christ. She's in heaven. But I love my mother-in-law. I love the relationship between him and my husband. I never had problem with her, because my husband is an independent man, not tied to the apron of this woman. She respects him. They are close. He loves her. There's no doubt about that. But she never comes to influence his decisions as a man, as a married man. This is not going to start when they become a man to marry. This is going to start right from the time that they are growing as teenagers. Let them be independent, please. As a woman, let them be independent. Don't tie them around you. Don't let them just feel that you are their idol. No, it's not so good. It's not too good. And I know that when we combine, you see, talking about relationship with boys, with girls, it's a broad thing. And I know that perhaps if this is a live program, some of you might want to ask questions. I'm believing God that very soon we are going to have a live program. Maybe after you have watched this, we can have a season of live talk whereby people can start asking questions, especially parenting. I'll be there to answer some of your questions. But this one, just watch it and pass it to somebody. Let them watch it. Let them learn from it. Let them pick some points from this teaching and let them know that no matter what, it's not as terrible as we think. These children are gifts from the Lord. That's the first episode that we have. They are gifts. They are good. They are just perfect. But the way we raise them matters. And the way we relate with them matters. And also, some of us too, we just need to understand how to relate with them. I'm going to stop here, and the next episode we are moving into another topic. We are still on family relationship, but we are moving a step higher. Before then, I want you to share, like I said, subscribe, and make sure that you don't miss any of the episodes. God bless you. I'm still your host, Olubunmi James. Bye for now.